Time to abandon ship.
Oh no!
Here we go.
Can I persuade you to join us for a drink? It's a tradition. Here, here.
Jar Jar, homie, my main man, quickly. Before the Separatists attack, get into the escape pod.
Hey! This is escape, then we're the pod.
Welcome back to Star Wars Escape Pod. I'm your host, Josh. We've got Calvin, Blake, and Bryce in the Escape Pod just waiting for us. We're going to be starting Caravan of Courage, an Ewok Adventure. You can find it on Disney Plus in the Vintage Collection, and the Star Wars Vintage Collection, that is. It dropped not that long ago on Disney Plus. Now, this is a movie I've had the DVD for ages now, and not many people actually know about it. It'll be Bryce and Calvin's first time seeing the movie, and this is commentary style, so make sure you bring up that page, flip the Chromecast on and throw the movie up, and we're all gonna hit play at the same time in just a few moments here. This is for laughs. It's not meant to be taken seriously, so just please be advised about that. Let's get into it.
Another happy landing.
All right, welcome back.
We are here.
Oh man, I'm so excited. Empire Strikes Back is my favorite movie. we got to do the bit again.
Wait, I thought we were watching. Are we watching Ewok Adventures? You said
Yes,
it was Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, you told us Empire Strikes Back, Josh. What is this?
I'm sorry, I lied. We're watching Ewok Adventures.
I thought we were watching all of the Family Guy Star Wars movies.
Oh, well, you are. Yeah. Nope.
I actually haven't watched those in a long time. But actually, there is new Star Wars content coming out by like Seth Green, isn't there? That show that got canceled.
Oh yeah, that's actually a great point to bring up. Is that Star Wars Detours animated show is finally being launched on Disney next month? Yeah.
So we actually could watch that as new content.
Yeah, totally. That's a good idea.
Wait, what was Star Wars Detours? Have I just completely erased it from my brain?
Yeah.
It was a while ago that this was a thing.
Mm-hmm. It's Cartoon Network, I think.
Yeah, it was an animated project done by George and Seth Green, right?
Yeah, I think it was the same crew that made Robot Chicken that made it.
Yeah, and it was for kids, and it was supposed to be this very artistically driven, comedic style version of Star Wars. And episodically, it was like 30-something episodes or 40-something or whatever.
It was so odd, honestly. It's such weird Star Wars content.
It was. It was just Robot Chicken for kids.
The service here is slow.
We haven't even ordered.
I know, that's what I mean. It would be good to order already.
I know, that's what I was saying.
Oh, I thought you were disagreeing. Yeah, it would be good to order already.
Zito!
Man, I'm just looking at pictures right now, and the art style looks like if they just hired the guy who like draws you on the sidewalk in LA.
Yeah. Caricatures. Yeah.
Oh my God. It's just like
Darth Vader with rollerblades and big teeth.
Oh yeah. So Ewok Adventures, Caravan of Courage. There's like a couple fun facts. I'm just going to run through it here. It is Legends material. It's not canon. Takes place 3 ABY, which is around the same time as between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. It was classified as sea-level canon back in the day and debuted November 25th, 1984 on ABC Sunday Night Movies.
Oh, wow.
And
actually,
later...
That's so close to the release of Return of the Jedi.
It is. Yeah, it was like the year after, right?
Like filmed it while they were there. Like the same weekend.
Pretty much. I mean, they had all the costumes and everything, so it was like, oh, let's use them and make a show. And beginning in 1984, there were some children's books that followed the story, and the movie's only been published like twice. It was like once published on Laserdisc in 1990, and again in 2004 on DVD. And now it's finally available on Disney Plus for other people to watch. But see, I own the DVD for a long time. I've owned it since like 2004, 2005. And Diego was actually the one who bought it for me.
Where did he find it?
It's like Walmart or something. It was just like available, right?
That's so random.
But that's the thing. It was only like a one-time thing. and then never again up until now. And other people are now just like, what? There was like an Ewok movie?
Yeah.
Like I never even knew about
They
that.
probably sell Droids, the animated show.
Yeah, exactly. That too, right? So Calvin and Bryce, you've never seen this one before.
Never.
I know you're very excited to watch Empire Strikes Back, but this is going to be even
I
worse.
tried
Really
so
is
hard to be
enjoyable.
busy tonight, and I just couldn't do it, and now here I am.
Yeah.
That's such a compliment.
Well,
I know Calvin was pretty. I mean, I had to blackmail him to get him here. He was.
I made up a lot of excuses, but eventually I couldn't think of anything better to do on Thursday night than watch
a movie about
and-
Ewoks. That's right. Yeah.
and even better, the protagonist in this first one is like 8 years old.
Oh,
Oh, that's what we all like to see. That's what we all like to see.
Nothing like child acting.
oh,
That's
man.
right. So let's dive into this movie, and we'll prep the. We got the page prepped here. So if everyone listening at home has their Disney Plus up, it's in the Star Wars Vintage Collection, Caravan of Courage and Ewok Adventure. Let's do the countdown. All right,
We got to do that
let's
thing.
play.
When you
gotta
get
do
to
the thing.
get to 1 or 0, we'll do 0.
Right,
We all say punch it.
right.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll do it on 0. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Ready? Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Punch it.
Punch it.
Bunch of chewy.
Oh, that was terribly timed. All right, movie's playing.
Sinking.
Punch it.
I love all the retro stuff though. So they didn't bother updating this like they did the movies.
Nope. This is not a remastered edition at all.
That's awesome. It's all the old effects. Actually, so the people who didn't watch the original movies from like the original cuts will actually see some of the old school effects that they used to use. Kind of looks like a burnt out Luke Skywalker in Empire Strikes Back attire.
Yeah, he's like Luke Skywalker mixed with Uncle Owen.
Low budget, Luke.
There we go. That's
Luke.
Budget Leia.
Dad Luke.
It's just Luke with a
She
beer
kind of looks
belly.
like Mon Mothma.
Mace, as in Mace Windu.
That's right. Their child is Mace Windu.
This is about Mace. This is a Mace Windu origin story.
Yeah, it's a prequel movie.
What
for
about
Mace
Josh, you're
you?
Windu.
holding out on us.
He's so embarrassed he didn't want
but
us to know.
It is true though that this was the first Mace character on a Star Wars film.
Oh no, the Minotaur.
What are those things called? Like Gorax or something?
Yeah, and the Gorax has actually been
Oh, wow.
canonized in
They brought a
the
cave
Forces
troll.
of Destiny. Yeah, the Forces of Destiny cartoon on YouTube. They canonized the Gorax as a reason as to why Ewoks live in trees and have all those traps set up for when the Empire shows up.
Oh, right.
I mean, Ralph McQuarrie has a really nice painting of one. It's like where
Yeah.
the Gorax is like peering over the top, like some
Yeah.
creepy giant thing.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
I guess you can
exactly.
kind of picture them as Attack on Titan.
I was just gonna say that, but I'm like, I don't know how many people watch that here, but yeah, I can just picture them just reaching over and just grabbing Ewoks and just like eating them like snacks. Like,
Yeah, that's exactly what they do. Like, yeah, their food source is Ewoks.
Yeah, little popcorn
Ewok
chickens.
nuggets. Yeah.
It's like that
So
Futurama episode.
They filmed this pretty close to Skywalker Ranch in the California area, in some of the forest, like the woods that were
just
on the property
George's
and
backyard.
behind the property. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, some of it was on the backyard, and then others were further off, but in the same vicinity.
It's because it was free. You don't
Is
have to
that
rent
just a
anything.
horse?
Yep, it's just a horse.
Well, technically, it's a space horse.
I love the voice of the narrator. He sounds like he sounds like
Anthony
a
Hopkins or something.
like an indigenous like chief leader.
What?
Yeah, let's just listen to the sound of his voice.
I kind of wish now it was like David Attenborough or something. And here we see
It's like a nature, nature
About
documentary
Ewoks.
about Ewoks.
That'd be great. I'll watch
Being
that.
devoured by the Gorax, limb from limb.
It's a good thing
They
that they
stood
breed
no
so
chance.
quickly. They tried to watch them fight back with their sticks and pointed rocks. Here come the gliders from overhead.
He's just got a bit of a drawl, like the Ewok prepares his. Yeah, there it is. The Ewok prepares his skin glider.
It doesn't sound like that at all. Is that Warwick Davis?
Yes, it is.
Oh wow! So this really was his prep work for Willow, because the
If
movie
he did Willow after Star
similar.
Wars, then yeah.
Yeah, I believe.
I mean,
so.
he did this right after the back of coming off of Return of the Jedi.
Right.
Yeah, he's still a kid then, right?
Yeah, you're still a kid.
Yeah, it would have been before then for sure.
And
They
Willow,
didn't
he's
let him
like,
take the costume off.
it's gross in Willow.
You know, this movie reminds me of? It reminds me of that movie, The Gods Must Be Crazy, where all the... Have you seen that?
Which one was sorry?
The Gods Must Be Crazy. It's very similar. It's like no one speaks English, and so there's just like a narrator just telling
Oh no,
the
I've never
audience
seen
what's
that
happening
before.
and telling the audience what they're thinking and what they're doing.
It's basically like that, yeah. You can tell this is already better than the holiday special, right?
From what I've seen, it seems much bigger.
Might even be
budget,
better
yeah,
than the
definitely.
prequels. Just kidding. Shots fired.
You know that's not true.
No, definitely not. I wonder if people were expecting something like this instead of the prequels, though, seeing as this was the last thing that was made before the prequels.
Yeah. It keeps pausing for you guys.
I bet you that
Just flying
DJ
overhead, throwing
pranks people
stuff,
all the time.
Ewoks.
He's like, so have you guys seen Deej around? No, Deej who? Deej nuts. Oh,
Oh!
oh.
I also see that glider guy just like flying over the other villagers, just like throwing stuff
Oh,
down at him.
Oh, he's got a good mustache. Look at that guy.
Yeah, a remastered version of this would just be the Ewoks with the CG eyelids.
They'd just be constantly blinking really creepily.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh no!
It's interesting, like just the location that they shot. It really just feels like Earth, you know?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
whatever reason, even though they shot in normal locations with the originals, it always had like that alien feel. But this just looks
Otherworldly
like a bunch
feel.
of dudes dressed up in a field, you know?
Yeah.
It doesn't
No,
have that
it's
super
true. It's so
otherworldly
true.
field as like I'm very conscious I'm watching a movie.
Yeah.
Right. That's why. Maybe that's part of the reason
Very
why I
aware
think
of-
it feels more like Willow.
Mm-hmm. It's still got like a nice like nostalgic feel to it, but it just doesn't really quite feel like Star Wars to me.
It doesn't ever get any better than that.
How about now?
That's terrifying.
Wow.
What was that?
Honestly, this does feel very different from Star Wars. Like,
Yeah. Feels
It
like a Star
definitely,
Wars
like you
TV
said
special.
earlier, it feels like a fantasy movie as opposed to
Yeah.
science fiction.
yeah, it
Yeah, it
does.
absolutely does.
Like I'm expecting to see
And the
like,
next
like
one-
a weird witch or a hag or something in the forest to give them a quest.
The next one's even more so. They fight these like pirates who have a castle.
Wow, spoilers. I haven't watched it
Yeah,
yet.
sorry.
I'm still on the
Just saying,
Caravan
like-
of Courage.
Well, now you have
The
to
next-
turn in next week because you'll be
Don't spoil
excited.
it.
The next one is better.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
It is better.
You've piqued my interest now.
And the next one,
Look at
they
that set right there. Just like the whole budget went towards that ship.
Yeah. Oh, is this Mace Windu?
that'd be so dope.
That's where we get to
What if-
meet.
Kid just
What a
comes out with
twist
a
that would be.
purple
Holy
lightsaber.
One arm, purple lightsaber. I'm back, mother.
Like how she just has like a normal like hair scrunchie in her hair, like
Yeah.
like a normal
I can't get
little
over.
kid.
I can't get over this Mace
Hairband?
Windu thing now. He's just like, all right, Wicket, let's go hunt down that whiny Jedi I hate so much.
He's got the Samuel Jackson crazy eyes going on.
Yeah, no, Mace is
I'm
white
coming for
in
you,
this
Anakin.
movie. I know he talks like that.
If what you've told me about the Gorax is true, you have earned my trust.
There he is.
Hey, Nandantish. It's Luke.
Jeez, man, chill out. Oh my god. Just shoots one.
Give it to me! Looks like you're going to be lunch, kid.
Yeah, Ewoks are supposed to be pretty vicious, right? Like, what if they just
Yeah.
clubbed him
they
to death
eat-
and ate him?
Like the
I want to
carnivores.
eat him alive.
That was kind of the end of it. It's like, well, he came at us with a weapon. Is that a llama? That is
Yeah,
incredible.
You know, it's also like something to note about this movie is that they didn't have the budget to make the same sets they had with the Ewok tree houses, so they had to build all the Ewok houses on the ground,
On the ground.
Maybe
which
they're like
makes
the
no
Yeah.
sense because the Gorax is
Yeah,
in
the
this
Gorak.
movie, right?
maybe
Yeah.
they're like the average American won't know what a llama is. We'll put that in there.
Yeah.
It's an
Oh
alien.
man.
And Josh,
People don't know
maybe
what
these
llamas
Ewoks are
look
the
like.
outcasts.
Yeah.
These are the outcasts that got
Yeah.
kicked out of the houses in the trees.
Well, then by the time of Return of the Jedi, it's like Wicket gets a promotion.
Maybe he did something.
No
got
longer
kicked
on the
out.
ground. Yeah, he was part of the Caravan of Courage, so he gets a spot in the treehouse.
Is this before Return of the Jedi?
Yeah.
Oh.
In the EU timeline, it takes place 3 ABY, and Return of the Jedi is like 4, right?
Oh, so he ascended to the
Oh,
treehouse.
okay. I always thought it was after.
I always thought it was after too. Actually, there was a concept that was pitched for this to take place 150 years after the movies, but that didn't fly
Wicket would
very
last
well.
a
And
long-
they thought that would make no sense for the age of Wicket.
Yeah.
So let's just make it
Wicket would,
3
he'd
years
be like
after.
to be so old, like decrepit old Ewok.
Yeah.
Maybe you're just hungry. You know, we haven't eaten in a while.
I know our parents have been stolen and we were just kidnapped by these Ewoks, but perhaps you're just hungry. And that's the only thing wrong with you. And upsetting.
I have the subtitles on, and he's like,
Yeah.
Do you guys have anything to eat? And the Ewok replied with Kush.
Yeah.
Isn't
yeah.
that
I saw
weed?
that too.
They have purple kush to eat. That's it.
What is that? Is that like a rock? What's in that?
I don't
thing?
think Ewoks eat
It's an ashtray.
rocks.
It's like a. It looks
Man.
like a bowl.
Did they get someone that looked like Mark Hamill on purpose? Like,
Oh, definitely.
I think
So weird.
everybody just looked like that back then.
He definitely resembles him.
He does.
Yeah, he does.
Did she just die?
I think the outfit doesn't really help make him unique. He's got the orange, and
She just didn't handle that kush very well. Has to take a little nap.
Didn't they just say they were starving? Now he doesn't want any
Yep.
food?
What?
They literally
You're-
just said that they're starving.
You're
Nice
insane.
thing.
I can't eat anymore.
We don't need any more food. You gave us a lot.
We've been eating all day.
Good.
Maybe it's one of those things like, you have any food? And then they see it. It's like, that's disgusting. You know what? I'm not hungry.
Or he just goes, well, I guess I can have one more bite, and just eats it. He doesn't give it to his brother. Thanks. Ewoks are like, this kid is an idiot.
Beacha. Ewokese? That's what their
Both
language is
speaking
called?
Ewokese.
yeah, you guys have the subtitles on too.
It's actually helpful.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
Because you get a lot of more of their language too.
I didn't know it's called Ewokese because, like, Wookiees
Mhm.
is Shriwook. It's like a entirely different word. It's funny that Ewoks
Yeah,
would be
Ewokese.
Ewokese. Because they're little Ewokese.
I guess there's like hutties, right?
No, that's true.
Junda.
On the other hand, there's basic.
Yeah,
Oh, like a horse.
yeah.
Another
It's
horse.
just like a pony.
And a horse
It's a
with some
miniature horse.
tentacles on it.
It's not an earth horse,
Those things
though.
poop
It's
so
small.
much. It's Ewok sized. Uh-oh.
So many zany Ewok antics.
I see why they never get anything done. This is so creepy.
Oh, so I don't know if you guys knew this, but some of the creepy Wicket gifs that you see online are from these movies.
I believe
right.
it.
Yeah.
When you're sick and dying, want a flower?
Is that any different than the real world? Let me just shoves Ewoks out of the way. He slaps him in the head. Get out of the way.
I'm not clear on what happened to her. She just suddenly passed out. Did she eat something or is she just hungry?
I think she's just sick. She's got a fever from the crash.
It's a rabbit. It's a normal rabbit. You said it was the Skywalker Ranch, right?
It was pretty close to that. So they could have actually. That's a good point. They could have used a lot of the
Yeah,
animals that they just had on Skywalker Ranch.
It's syrup.
Do you think there's a reason why that kid's dressed like a rebel?
I don't know. Again, it might be just a matter of recycling some costumes that they had on the other Star Wars films.
Right. Because his parents didn't seem like rebels. Uh-oh. Been there.
What was his plan? Was he trying to kill that thing?
Yeah.
I think it just
Just
wanted
let
to
it
pet
go.
Stuck his hand in there.
It was a trap.
Oh, wow. It's a dinosaur.
I wonder if that was actually like hollowed out tree from the back, or if they had to put a really small person inside that hole.
Inside
that
there,
puppet to
probably in
come
the
out.
back.
Yeah.
Kind of funny though. They have like a small person, like they lower him through the hole, like into the tree.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
That's got to be one of your creepy Ewok gifts.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Just the tongue. It's licking his teeth. Oh man. So there's that movie that it's like a kung fu movie, and there's this American guy who green screened himself over top of the main character for the whole movie. I think it's called Kung Pao. Someone should do that for this film and just use the Ewok footage and green screen themselves over top of the main characters and then edit it to make another movie.
Oh man, that'd be awesome. Or actually put Mace in there instead of Mace.
Roto out Mace Windu and put him in there.
The names would make sense. Whenever they say Mace,
Yeah, they
it would
keep
actually
talking
make
to
sense.
him.
Yeah.
Except it's not the Ewoks that are saying Mace, it's the kids.
Yeah. We can even use lines from Mace. It's like,
Yeah,
Ewoks
that's pretty
coming,
funny.
This party's over.
That could be a lot of fun, actually. Be a lot of work, though.
Llama.
Ferret. You don't have to worry about. They got dinner right there.
Yeah.
Kush?
Furries? Furries.
Fur? Kush.
Furries? Drugs.
They make the Ewoks pretty simple in this, seems like.
It's interesting. In Return of the Jedi, they never mimicked any speech, did they? They never had a single basic,
I don't think so.
galactic basic word that they knew.
Yeah.
This must be where they got the inspiration to use the Ewoks as like stress relief pets in canon.
Oh, yeah.
That's a real thing. So you can basically have a pet Ewok to carry around with you.
Right.
Yes, it's sadly a.
They seem to be very sympathetic creatures.
They do seem to be that way. Yeah.
I also think they're a little too self-aware to be in a position like that. I like that they use the original music though for the Ewoks.
Yeah. There's some continuity there.
Yeah, wasn't expecting that.
Get an IQ.
Do you think that's actually Warwick Davis's tongue coming out over those teeth?
It's got to be.
Because I don't know if there'd be animatronic tongue, so
No,
it's probably his.
I'm pretty sure it's. Yeah.
Whoa,
What is that?
stop motion.
Stop motion. Yeah.
Stop motion wolf.
Yeah, they did
Wolf
have some stop motion in this, which is pretty cool.
Maybe a space wolf.
It's a pretty vicious looking wolf too.
It's all like ratty looking,
Yep.
scraggly.
Yeah, it's all like sweaty and yeah.
You got all that from that distance?
Like, it's the
Look
same
at the sweat
baby
on that
from
thing.
Return
It's
of the
totally
Jedi.
the same baby puppet. for
Yeah,
sure.
it is.
Still hasn't grown up.
Those are furry chickens.
Wow.
Yep.
I've never seen a chicken that
they're from
fluffy
Norway.
before.
Those
Oh, are
Norway
they?
chickens? Yeah.
Norway
for cold
chicken.
weather.
Norwegian chickens.
chickens. Hey.
Mm-hmm. They're pretty goofy. They're funny. They're all fluffy.
Moves her off the bed, takes it for himself.
That's mine. Classic older brother
She starts,
move.
she starts to put her boots back on and he just goes and lays down.
Yeah, exactly.
He's going to kill them all? Just going to start shooting them all?
It's our hut now. I don't feel.
I find it interesting that after all their help, that they still have like, I don't know, this idea that they need to escape.
Yeah. Why are they sneaking away? I'm pretty sure they're like, yeah, we're gonna go, and he walks like, oh, see ya.
Maybe they were raised in a core world.
Yeah.
They're just like, these creatures are below us.
Yeah. Maybe.
They're imperial
Just
citizens.
use them for their medicine, and now they're just taking off.
Yeah.
They should have robbed them too. Took everything they had, all their medicine.
Yeah.
Then at least there'd be a reason to sneak away.
Do you ever miss mommy and daddy? It's been like one day, right?
Roughly.
Yeah.
Fire starter.
That's
It's
cool.
like a mini lightsaber thing.
Yeah.
Josh, didn't you want to buy a laser light like that?
Yeah, they actually, there's a company called Wicked Lasers, and they do make lasers that start fires if you get close enough to something.
Pretty kick ass. Yeah, I believe on their website they said you could pop balloons with them. I always thought it'd be funny.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't recommend anyone does this because it's kind of cruel, but you know, it'd be kind of funny to say like a amusement park, just like pop balloons from across the amusement park.
Yeah. Oh man, can you imagine?
But I also think you could accidentally blind someone really easily, so it's not a good idea.
Yeah, they say don't point it up at planes or anything.
Guys, you're just missing all this masterfully written dialogue.
Oh,
I
know,
wish
right?
that I was a better kid. I wish that I didn't do those bad things. I wish I could tell my mom and dad that I'm a good kid.
It's true then. I am a Jedi.
I will be mom and dad.
I will be mom and dad.
He kind of sounded like his speech pattern there actually was similar to Mace Windu.
Yeah.
I will be mom and dad.
Uh-oh.
It's the stop motion wolf. Oh,
Wow.
yeah. Look at that thing.
That stop motion. Wow.
That's great.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Is that Master Splinter?
He had some bad kush.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. You fool! Shoot him with your laser light.
Come on, kid. You're supposed to be mom and dad.
Actually, you know
I
what
don't
it
know.
kind
You
of
better
looks
go
like?
out and check.
You go first. They kind of look like the rat ghouls from KOTOR. His face, anyway.
I was thinking they look like the rodents of unusual size from Princess Bride.
That crossed my mind as well, yeah. From the fire
What
swamp.
was that? Sounded like a rat ghoul.
Look at that thing. Just reminds me of Wallace and Gromit.
Use the log trap. Oh. They used a poison dot.
So Wicket's first takedown.
Blood?
Yeah.
I think that was just a dart. Why has he got smoke coming out of his mouth? It's a toxic dart.
That's what I was thinking about too. Oh yes, made by one of those cloners.
Yeah. This is an Ewok saber dart.
Must have been the inspiration. Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys.
So she saw the life monitor in the beast's hide, and her conclusion was maybe they're alive. Maybe this.
Yes,
thing
what I
ate
was
them
thinking
and
too.
they're dead.
Yeah.
Like,
I was thinking
and they
that
got
too.
caught.
Okay, thanks, narrator.
I recognize that guy's voice.
Yeah, Josh is right. He does sound like a native chief.
Yeah. So his name's Burl Ives, and he's a Scottish-Irish guy. Scottish-Irish, yes.
Was there any other famous shows he's
from
done?
Illinois. He's from Illinois. He's done a few, but not that many. I think Ewok Adventures, it looks like, was one of his last things before he retired after 1988.
Wow.
His first project was in 1946.
It's a good run. 40 years.
Where
Ewoks
did that
keep offering them kush?
come from?
Kush?
Keep offering him food.
Are you hungry?
Just like, maybe if we get this guy high, he'll just chill out.
Oh, look, it's the tree houses.
Tree houses.
I think it's a painting.
It's a map painting for sure.
Yeah, it's totally a map painting.
With an insert of the other huts.
Yeah.
Isn't it just a normal owl?
Yeah.
I think
That's
so.
Slow Ray. Oh, this guy was in the Return of the Jedi, right? The witch doctor dude?
Yeah, he was.
Looks like
yeah.
it.
Yep, no.
Ooh,
He's also in Star Wars Battlegrounds.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So something that's kind of cool about like this sequence is that they give the Ewoks a bit more, like you see a lot more of their culture, I guess.
Yeah.
Yep. Get to or are forced to, slight difference.
Yeah.
A dreidel.
Yeah, they got a dreidel.
It's a giant dreidel. Tells the future.
It's an Ewok Beyblade.
I think you're right.
He's like, battle.
Let it rip.
Let her rip.
Oh, Owl doesn't like the dreidel. Ah!
It looks like a monster or something real big.
Yeah. It's like, the Ewoks, I was like, why is he yelling?
Like it's just a picture.
Look at how many tears she has in her eyes.
Yeah.
They're
misses her
gonna
parents.
die.
Just
I
dab
want
some
my
water.
mommy and daddy.
They just keep spraying the kid with water. More tears.
Yeah.
I'm more
Not sad enough.
So Aubrey Miller is the actress who plays Sindel, and the only 2 credits that she has are the 2 Ewok movies.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's like that was enough.
Eric Walker, who plays Mace, has done a few other things, surprisingly enough, because he's actually, in my opinion, his acting's like less superior to hers. You know,
I would agree.
Give
with
her a little
that.
more grace. Small child.
That'd make a good gif right there.
job.
See, they can obviously speak English. They can like hear a couple phrases and then put together "We help you." How come they couldn't speak in Return of the Jedi?
Well, that's the big question,
This is
because
a
this
huge
is supposed to
plot hole.
take. Yeah, it is,
Yeah,
because
that's
this was
Degenerative
made.
brain disease.
After
was
like
made after.
like 2 days, they could speak.
It was made after, but it was set before. But they really should have set it
They
after,
should have
because
said it after, yeah.
it makes more sense for it to
They
be
like
right
learned
after.
English because they had been around Han and Leia and stuff,
Yeah.
or basics.
In fact, it would have been almost too perfect if they had used a lot more elements from Return of the Jedi as like a battle
minute.
scar and like.
There could have been like stormtrooper helmets left over.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait a
blasters and
minute.
stuff.
Josh, if I'm not mistaken, there's a canon computer hacker Ewok, a slicer.
Yes, there is in a in a
Which
novel
book was
somewhere.
that?
Man, I'm trying to
I know,
remember
I
which one
agree.
it was.
To me, that's like the most far-fetched thing ever.
His name's Peekpa, and he was
He's
in
like
the novel Last Shot.
Last Shot, and he's like a famous computer hacker who's an Ewok.
Yes, yeah. Last Shot, written by Daniel Jose Older, was one of it was Del Rey tie-in novels to the movie Solo.
Man, it's crazy to see stuff like this and then think that, I guess if they're raised off planet, they'd be fit in with everyone else, I guess. Is that the idea?
Yeah,
So it's more how we see them here and like on the Forest Moon Endor, kind of their lifestyle and their separation from, like, I'm going to say like IQ in this case, just because you can kind of see the difference talking about language and stuff, is mainly due to them just being all living together on this planet. It's part of just their culture, I guess. But it's weird to
Right.
think that there'd be Ewoks off planet that would be, computer
Yeah.
hackers and ship pilots
It
and all
is
that sort of
strange.
thing. And there's some more of the treetop.
oh, there's some more of the
Houses.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Earl
It's just
Grey.
the one that it's just the ones where they have to interact with and have an outside. They choose to put it on the ground because they
Right.
obviously didn't build anything actually elevated, right?
yeah, no,
It's all just matte paintings.
Yeah.
yeah, it's true. The Ewok
They
ceremony.
filmed so close.
Good to see. Yeah, are you guys
Play some
excited
celebration
to see the
music.
ceremony? Yeah.
I must consult the bones.
Yeehaw, yeehaw.
Yippee ki
Howdy
Yeah.
do.
the white wings of hope.
Wings of hope.
Ouija.
This totally feels like I'm watching a
Luigi?
documentary.
Magic walking stick.
It's like the beginning of a D&D adventure.
The candle of pure light.
Ah! You get the rock.
Witchcraft.
You get the rock of stone.
So bizarre. How is this Star Wars?
I know, it's very fantasy like.
Yeah, it's very different.
Like this, isn't this similar to the opening of Willow when they leave to return the child and they all get their stuff? This is very much like an RPG game, essentially.
It also feels like like Fellowship as well. You know, they get all their gifts from the elves. Like it's very similar.
It will give you light when all other lights go out.
Yeah, it definitely has that, you know, that beginning of a quest kind of vibe about it.
She's in a basket.
Yeah.
It's also funny that they couldn't just take turns going down the ladder. They had to all go down at the same time.
Yeah. They have a rope ladder. Dude, get over your rock. That's like the third time he's complained about having a rock.
I love how Wicket recognizes the rock.
He's like, that's the rock. That's a nice rock.
It's that rock. Yeah.
Apparently the smallest, like the little kid is is number 23 on Ireland's most popular actors or something like that.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like
No kidding.
Ireland would have a lot more actors than that.
Are they climbing into the butthole of a horse?
It's this basket that they wear on the back, which acts like a big tent, I guess, but it's deceptively big on the inside, and from the outside, it doesn't look like it fits that many people because
it's
their back
bigger
is there,
on the
right?
inside.
Yeah, it's bigger on the inside than it is on the outside.
It's like some sort of TARDIS. Tunga Ewok.
So triumphant.
Is it
It's
just
funny
me, or
how-
does this sound very similar to the Resistance theme?
You making a comparison, Josh?
I don't know, but I think the sequels were inspired.
I mean, they had space horses in the sequels as well.
Yeah, they did.
That's true.
I think
More than
JJ
one,
sat down and
actually.
watched Ewok Adventures more than a few times when he was
Yeah.
a kid.
Ryan Johnson had them too.
Yep. Gareth Edwards with the poster.
It's all coming together now. To me, it's weird that
Also,
they didn't just go
correction
the
on the
extra
Ireland
step
thing.
of making just like a mask or something for the horses to wear to just change the shape of their head. That's really all you need to do. Like they did that in Solo for dogs. Those dogs that get
Just enough
chased.
to suggest that they're not the animal that you think
Just
they
not
are.
horses, right? Just put something
Yeah.
on them. It's not that hard. They were already doing
Apparently
it.
the-
like lots of other films.
Apparently the mom is Ireland's number 23 most popular actor. The kid is
Oh,
not
that's
popular
nice.
enough, apparently.
Yeah,
Okay,
the
that
main
makes more
kids
He
are-
sense.
sucks.
Yeah.
It's not
Get
well
out of
liked.
here! What's
No,
funny
they
is a
don't act
very
anymore.
small part for the mother.
Did that tree just spontaneously fall?
Like a full 5 seconds later, ah!
What?
The entire tree falls.
So did
So
it just kill the horse that she was in, or did it like?
No, I just barely missed though.
How did she get out so fast?
I have no idea.
Why is this
Oh,
kid
he's supposed
so
to be like-
antagonistic towards the Ewoks? They're trying to help him. And he's like, "What? You didn't tell me the trees could fall."
That guy chopped down a tree.
Oh, did he
He's
chop
kind of
it
like-
down?
Yeah, and he almost hit them. He's gonna join their party. He's like the Gimli.
He's a Ewok lumberjack.
Yeah, he's like the strong one.
And my axe.
That's
Kind of
right.
reminds me of like the Pirates of the Caribbean, 9 pieces of 8. But they're actually just like pieces of junk.
Yeah.
It's like, and this is his. It's the missing tooth to his necklace.
Was meant to be. Whoa.
Oh man, did you guys see that
How
screened in item
yeah,
that he just
why
sliced?
would he be good at that? I don't understand why.
I don't know.
Why would that be his skill? Axe throwing? Like
Guess what, guys? I can throw an axe at a tree.
That's impressive.
That is pretty impressive. Like,
I've
this
thrown
kid come
axes,
from
it's
a
not as
family
hard
of
as you
axe
think.
throwers?
I guess so.
All right, you're in.
Just takes it and runs. It's like, this guy is clearly better than me. I'm just gonna take my chances and leave. He returned. So why did somebody else have it in the first place?
An important ritual
Chuka
among
truck.
Ewoks. The passing
The
of the
trading
ivory
of
tooth.
teeth.
The forbidden land of the giant Gorax.
Oh, the Gorax.
Man, look at him walk there. It's just so much strut.
Look at the kid, how he's walking too.
What?
Yeah.
Why are they all
why is he-
walking like?
I understand why the Ewoks walk like that, but why is he walking?
And now he's
Maybe
not
it's
anymore.
like you're in the environment, so you just kind of join in.
He's got to keep up his energy. Hi ho, it's off to work we go.
Dun, 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 dun. This kid's so whiny. My goodness.
That's why he's a kid.
Why are we starving? What's that? Why didn't you tell me about the tree?
Why did I get a rock?
Yeah, I know some people say that Anakin is a whiny guy, but
No.
I mean, this like tops it by like
This is
20
next-
times.
This is like next level whiny.
Oh yeah,
I
for
love my
sure.
mom and dad.
Are you an angel?
They should just get Anakin, this guy, and Luke all in a room and just like,
I was going into
Let him-
Toshi Station to pick up some power converters.
why?
Why
Why are
do
you
I get
going to
a
Tashi
rock?
Station?
This one must be mine.
It's all Obi-Wan's fault.
He's holding me back.
Obi-Wan's my friend. They're all just like,
Yeah, eat some food, eat food.
More medicine.
Yeah, more medicine. But he's just like
oh,
chilling
she's
there in the woods.
beautiful.
Not princess, priestess.
Before he will mate with the female, she must pass the ritualistic test.
We got to do another one of
Passing
these.
of the
where-
stone.
Yeah. We got to do another one of these where Calvin just narrates the whole thing.
He
They're pretty
doesn't
funny.
want the rock, but he has his eye on another prize, the crystal.
You know what? I bet some couple minute bits on YouTube with that would do super well.
Oh yeah. We start a series.
He's depleted his energy resources.
That's 100% the dark saber on his belt there.
Is it? Oh shoot!
It looks so similar. Like
So that's where it went. So I guess Gideon must go after the kid,
Mace is the true leader of Mandalore.
the Mandalore.
Just look at his
Cool.
belt. It's on the left side, I think. On his left side.
That poor horse has to carry a house.
Yeah.
Oh, where'd they shoot this?
I think it's still in California, just like up in the
Oh yeah.
hotter areas. I think.
Mm.
I'm
So
not too
most of
familiar
it-
with the state of California, but yeah. If you've ever seen the trailer for this movie,
Oh, this bit?
there's
Yeah. You sent me the trailer for this scene.
Yeah, there's the narrator who's talking about the movie, and the trailer goes featuring effects from the special
Industrial
effects
Light
studio of
and Magic."
Industrial Light and Magic, and then ding, so good. Just playing bocce.
No, I think they're playing cricket.
Oh, it's cricket. Oh yeah,
Playing cricket with Wicket.
wicket! Hit
Cricket?
the wicket!
they're playing wicket. You say?
Swim up.
Cricket! Hit the wicket!
Swim up.
What's the button to swim up?
The controls are inverted.
I'm swimming down. This takes forever to get the rope. Oh.
Yeah, it's interesting that there's actual like magic traps, and they actually refer to it as magic.
It
Yeah,
is
Even
magic.
a thing in the Star Wars universe. There's the Force, but not magic, right? Like,
they have the Night Sisters magic, which is definitely a different side of the Force for sure.
Like,
But something like this, though, yeah, is very, very obscure. You know, to be like a magic trap set up on Endor
Yeah.
somewhere, like
literally just magic in a pond in the middle of nowhere.
yeah, it's very different, even from the Night Sisters.
Try
style,
a different
yeah.
stick.
Like, did someone curse this pond?
Yeah, it's weird,
What?
right? Like
Oh, it's his walking stick.
it's the magic stick.
magic
yeah.
stick.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
Such a D&D trap. It's just
It is very
It's totally a
D&D.
D&D encounter.
Yeah.
All right, I need everyone to make a dex check.
Natural one.
Look, there it is on his belt. It's right there.
The dark
It's like
saber.
yeah, and it's actually like a dark saber. Like the hilt is black.
Well, now we know.
they should make a
I think it's a knife or something. But
they got to get the Ewok and the Jawas together for like an
Yeah, they
ultimate
do.
movie.
Oh my gosh. The antics.
Yeah.
he still thinks he's in charge.
Cricket. And as we all know, when horses are spooked, they will run forever.
I love
Yeah,
that
they'll never
Ewoks
slow
just
down.
jumped onto that horse.
Yeah, the Ewoks can jump. Do you know that? If you look at the Wikipedia, they could jump like 30 feet.
yeah.
Oh, they're moving.
I'm pretty sure that's a full size guy.
Yeah, I think so too.
Stunt rider, yeah.
Like they made
It's
a
like
full
ginormous
adult size
Ewok.
Ewok.
Look at the
Yeah,
size
it's
of
a
that
giant-
Ewok. He's huge.
Look, it's huge, right?
They should have just got a way bigger horse, too.
It's like a big fella.
That would
Looks
have
like
made
he's too big
sense.
for that horse.
It's like a 240-pound Ewok.
He even sounds like an adult. He's like,
He's like 7 feet tall.
Yeah. Yeah, that Ewok, like,
the
he could
size.
take on a Wookiee.
It's a thick Ewok.
Maybe it is a Wookiee.
It's like George just comes on set. It's like, all right, guys, we gotta sneak Peter May here somewhere in the movie. let's stick him in another furry outfit.
But it's just Chewbacca. Chewbacca's chasing down the horse.
Yeah.
That kid is really useless.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
They're here.
He's always yelling.
He's just always stating the obvious.
Or complaining.
He's just
They're
he's just like Finn, stating the obvious and yelling all the time.
Yeah.
That's why the next one's so much better. That kid's not in it.
That's right.
I remember the next one being a lot better. Because it's just the girl, right?
That's right. All grown up.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Well, it's like a year later, but you know.
Right. Would that make it the same year as Return of the Jedi?
No, it's still before.
Yeah, but the same year.
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah.
In the expanded universe, this is just like the predecessor to The Force Awakens.
I can see it. Wisties.
Yes.
Will o' the Wisp.
If any of you guys listening have played Battlefront 2, this is where Wisties came from.
Which one of those?
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're kind of like
Battlefront 2.
sparklers.
They're like fairies.
Oh,
yeah,
in the Ewok
in the
levels,
game.
like when the Ewok gameplay.
Yeah, the Ewok mode. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can throw Wisties at stormtroopers.
Yeah. Okay.
It like blinds people, right? And like
Yeah.
damage them slowly. It's these fairy things.
That's kind of cool that they drew from something this old or
It
obscure.
is. Yeah,
And
it's like the
obscure,
only thing
yeah.
that's
It's
remained.
recognized, yeah.
Yeah,
And it's a pretty cool effect.
Yeah,
too.
so I guess they're canon then, because that game's canon.
Wisties are canon. Yeah,
Totally looks like, I wonder how they did this. Like, it looks like a laser pointer. Like someone's just using a laser pointer on.
Pretty
on
sure
the
they
film,
actually.
Like
That's what it looks
through,
like.
Like a slit scan laser pointer type thing.
You don't think they would have just painted frames?
And it just has that motion of like a cat, like when you take a cat with a.
It definitely does.
it
I
totally
mean, maybe
does.
they painted over a laser pointer.
Yeah, they could have
done that.
treated it afterwards or something.
Yeah. Because it does have a bit of shape to it. Like, it actually looks like
yeah.
like a fairy in some shots.
Yeah, when it slows down, you see like an actual shape.
Sometimes it looks like Tinkerbell.
Wisties!
You actually start
Whiskers!
eating them. Delicious.
Nope. Nope. Like snowflakes.
Are they just coming out to fight them? Like, do you, when you have like mosquitoes in your tent, do you just open your tent and start fighting them?
Yeah, it just stands
I mean,
there.
I do.
As you do.
Get out of here!
Yeah.
I'll teach you a lesson.
Starts swinging at them.
Wisties. They don't seem to be doing anything.
He's
besides
got
just-
the right idea. He's going back in. Get away, stop.
That kid.
Just go back in your tent, kid.
She has her candle of unnatural burning.
This guy does not look impressed.
Put a candle in the hay.
It's a good idea.
It's a good
Yeah,
idea.
right in the hay. It's perfect.
What could possibly go wrong? It's a Wisty tornado.
It's like a trap and they all just burn up.
Okay, sure,
That's
but what? Why?
That's how-
like they were just flying. They
That's
weren't
how they
doing
make the
anything.
whiskey grenades, like we use in the game. You throw it, and the
Oh,
whiskeys
yeah.
explode out.
Uh, They're all just inside. They're screaming in pain. Ah! Let me out!
Yeah.
It's light. It's one of those lights. It's alive. It's one of those lights.
So bad. He's just the worst. Like I don't know if he's just like if the script is actually
It's
doing that.
also
or if
just
he-
the writing. It's not. I mean, the kid's performance is
Yeah.
terrible, but the writing is just. It's just stating everything that you already are thinking,
Oh yeah.
and then repeating it multiple times.
Yeah.
Like
I
the
mean,
amount
this
of
is
times they
made for
said, like,
children.
my mommy
It
and my
is.
daddy. I need to find my mommy and my daddy. Like, okay, the audience gets it.
Blake's got the right idea. He's like, yeah, this is made for children for sure. It's made for G level audiences.
It's probably
but
because
you
like
Lucas level audience.
the only two characters that speak English,
Yeah.
have to just
So-
they have to fill all of the empty
Time.
space, so they just have to
Yeah.
keep repeating the stuff.
Yeah.
that they-
yeah, that makes a lot of sense too. Well, too bad.
And then the Ewok extra just pulls out like a sack of food.
The kid's like, we're really long on running low. I'm the keeper of the food, and the Ewok's just like,
Yeah,
no,
I'm gonna
everyone
holding
eat it.
out
It's
on
fine."
you.
Yeah.
What are these dried wispies?
I have
Just
this
like
box of
popcorn.
Quaker Oats granola bars.
Is that the same kind of food that Leia feeds Wicket when she first discovers her?
I have no idea.
It's the same cracker, right?
It looks similar, yeah.
It's like a
Or like a
nutrient
banana
cube.
chip or something.
Josh, remember that? Nutrient cubes.
Nutrient cubes, yeah.
Yeah, that's what
yeah.
the clones were originally
Or a
given.
nutrient bar or something, yeah.
Ah.
It was a cube,
Oh,
they're
like-
little cubes. So one cube is supposed to be a day's worth of like nutrients.
Yeah, there's something like that. Like rationing style.
Yeah, it's so that the military, all the soldiers, could just keep the cubes in their pockets, right?
Where was that from again?
That's the EU. It's from the Karen Travis novels. It was from like
Yeah,
Darman's perspective, where he would eat
the
them, and
Republic
like
Commando novels.
he would talk about how he's left still hungry, even though he
It's called
got all the day's nutrients from the nutrient cube.
it's called a ration cube.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Republic Commando Hard Contact, Order 66. Yeah. They are canon. They showed up in Battlefront 2 Inferno Squad and Rebel Rising.
Interesting. Oh, there you go.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay, guys, kids movie or not, this scene is just a repeat of the previous scene.
Yeah.
Like, we
Except
have
it
already
is.
seen it. We get it. It's not adding anything to the storytelling.
Giggle eater. What a line.
She's powered by
I think she
giggles.
eats giggles.
Stop giggling! You're feeding her too much.
I hope they do that scene like 3 more times.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be great.
Production value of this, though, easily like 3 times more than Holiday Special. Like,
Yeah.
easily.
Oh man.
I like some
Because
of
the
the
budget of
things in
holiday
this, too.
special went towards the actors.
Yeah. I'm honestly quite surprised they got the original cast for the holiday special.
Yeah. Very small appearances, but yeah.
Acid pools.
So I remember the Holiday Special to have like a massive music video in the middle
Yeah.
or something. There's a lot of burned up time.
Yeah, it's the Grandpa
Wookiee
Wookie.
talk.
He like puts on VR goggles and he watches
Yeah.
this Twi'lek erotically dance for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, he watches like an adult film. It's kind of weird.
So good.
Yep.
She's got water on her face again.
She's been crying because she misses her dad and her mom.
She shouldn't be.
In case you were unaware.
A few more times.
Yeah.
But these matte paintings are great. Like some of these are really
Yeah.
cool.
Oh yeah,
Agreed.
yeah, for sure.
It reminds me of like Never Ending Story. or
Any
something.
80s fantasy movie.
Totally, yeah.
Sure, the rebels were kind of choked that they missed out on getting the Gorax as their allies.
Yeah.
Instead, they
That
got
would've
the
been useful.
Ewoks.
I mean, the Gorax could go toe to toe with an ATST.
It would have been cool to see if the Empire ever enslaved any Goraxes. You know?
Oh yeah, kind of Lord
would
of the
be
Rings
pretty
style. Use them for giant
like
labor.
patrols.
Yeah. Instead, they went after the Wookiees. Doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the rock. He's gonna throw the rock. He's gonna use the rock.
Magic
The
rock.
magic rock.
I told you I don't want the rock.
Yeah.
It's like I threw that thing away
Just
like
throws it
30
into the
seconds
acid
after
pool.
we left.
Yeah, I was gonna see why. I threw it away. So, what about this rock?
Wicked's like, nub, 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 rock.
Wicked's like, I picked up your rock, fool.
The rock, you picked it up. You saved it for me.
He's all
Still
bitter
insane.
again. You saved the rock.
Desperate to have it, and then he
Stupid
got it,
Ewoks.
and he's like, "Oh, it's just a plain rock.
This is
Look at
dumb.
this, look at this.
I need the rock. Ugh. I got
Now he's
the rock.
happy again.
He picks up the tape.
What am I supposed to do with this? It's just a plain old tooth.
Now he's happy
Just
again.
throws it off a cliff. It's an arrowhead.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's like bipolar or something like that. He's just all over the place. Like grumpy, happy, sad, like just all in one scene.
How do you think they did that?
It's just like
magnet?
there's just no continuity, you know. Oh yeah, maybe.
Something
Yeah.
underneath. Maybe a magnet underneath like a sheet of glass or something.
Something like that. Yeah, put some dirt
Could have
on it.
been. Could have been just fishing line as well.
No, because it moved. It pushed the rocks like aside and the dust and stuff.
It's just like shoot him.
Just shoots the Ewoks.
Yeah. Come on, Sindel, now's our chance.
A TIE fighter.
Yeah, it was a TIE
Blast
fighter
noise.
noise.
The TIE Fighter's recharge sound.
I don't. We've never seen a blaster go through that. Like,
Yeah, what is this, like a mining laser or something?
They get
Yeah.
a laser and explode a rock.
I think it's a
I made us
disruptor.
a little house.
disruptor. Yeah, maybe.
It's a very long beam.
Yeah, it is.
I like how he talks to it at first. He's like, "Come on, you got some power left, don't you? Come on, just a little power."
Got this. You hear that, baby? Hold together.
Come on, baby. Don't let me down.
I had no idea I was gonna be watching a Star Wars quest movie, like a quest where they all have their
Caravan
little
of
magic
Courage.
items and their
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
oracle and the.
it's pretty different, isn't it?
Was not expecting this.
Yeah.
It's just
Very
the pacing is
unexpected.
kind of odd. Like it's just it was more more of the quest tropes and less of the goofy antics, and
Mm-hmm.
in the beginning was
You could definitely do a fan edit. Speed it up.
Yeah.
Oh
Probably
yeah.
20 minutes.
Yep.
Really.
Absolutely. Got to put on the hat of courage.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I love these little hats. They're awesome.
Yeah.
We'll be okay.
Man, Wicket's costume is so much more like, so much more money has gone into it than the other
Oh
ones.
yeah.
Yeah, you can totally
sure.
tell.
Yeah. Yeah, it was okay for Jedi, but it's a bit of a risk to just reuse all those costumes again for this,
Yeah.
and just hope that they'll all hold up the way that they needed to. In
Close
Jedi.
up to camera.
Yeah. And a lot of the original like Jedi was in at night, right? Like most of it was at nighttime.
Mm-hmm.
Should
A
cut
lot
this
of it-
together
a lot
with
of
This is like
Schmeagol
this is like
leading them
harsh
through the
sunlight,
cave.
right?
It's true.
Is this going to be is this the same chasm from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade? Just webbed
Wouldn't
up.
be surprised.
Sheila!
He's
Look
been
out!
following us for 3 days.
With a knife.
Just devastating the local wildlife. Like how he didn't even flinch. He's like, "What is that?" He just destroys it.
It's nothing like going onto a spider web.
I don't know why they had to bring Sindel along. Like, she's
Yeah.
not contributing very
It's
much.
like, oh, you're gonna stay here.
Like, she almost got killed by the
She helped
horse.
them with the Wisties.
She helped them with the Wisties, but she really hasn't done
But the
much
Wisties
else.
weren't posing any threat. They were just chilling,
No, they
and
weren't.
flying around.
She just killed some innocent Wisties. That's it.
Just burned them
Well,
all alive.
I don't think Wicked realized he had to use the magic stick to save her brothers, or to save his brothers.
Yeah. Oh, maybe that's what. Yeah.
But
So the movie
to
would
your
have been
point,
better
if
off,
They're gonna
is what
just
you're
leave her
saying.
here. What was the point of bringing her?
Yeah.
Look out!
He's just shaking it. It's so good. His fake frustration is just so
pretty
amusing.
Throw the
you know?
gun at the spider.
It'd be more effective.
Oh, the magic.
It's touching me.
Whoa, ho, ho, it's magic. You know.
Oh,
Oh, did you see the wires?
Never believe it's not so.
I did. Yeah.
Puppeteer wires.
He just throw his axe at it.
Just goes right back to attacking them.
Oh, I love that sound design.
Gotcha.
The kid's like, look what you've done. Now we'll never get back.
Aragog.
Yeah, it just traps them on the other side.
That's a
Actually,
great
kind of
map
did,
painting.
didn't it?
Yeah, this one's pretty good. That's like really
really
well
cool.
done.
But again, see, none of this is Star Wars. Like, this could be any setting, and it would be the same exact movie.
Right. Yeah. It just feels
Yep.
like some sort of science fiction. If it wasn't Ewoks, it could be anything.
So,
If the Ewoks were
Again?
something else. it'd be
He's
a
back!
movie.
this
Just when
movie
you
likes
think
to have
like
this
the spider
multiple
scene is
scenes.
over. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just stab her in
Is
the
it a
face.
knife fight?
Ah! Gotcha.
Oh my god, that was so good. Never mind, I take it back. This scene was the best. I got to see Wicket in like a 50s style greaser knife fight with a spider.
That's true.
Just like whips out a butterfly knife. He's like, "Come on, punk, come on!"
Wicked's got like a switchblade.
That's how we do it in the hood. He's like, I grew up on the bottom levels of the Ewok village.
That's how we do it in the wood.
Yeah. You don't know what it's like down in the bottom levels.
Yeah.
He's got like comb in his back pocket.
Yeah.
He already figured out that his gun doesn't work.
No, he'll shake it some more. You gotta shake it to.
It's like those flashlights that you have to wind up.
Yeah.
To make it work.
Yeah.
Gotta shake it.
Like from Futurama, the Jack in the Box gun.
I thought his gun stopped working. Why is it still
That was really funny.
Oh, it's the orc. That thing's sweet though. That costume.
That thing is really cool.
That's a great costume.
Heck yeah.
Nice little split screen there.
Should definitely go as one of these for the next Star Wars celebration.
Look at that thing. It's so good.
That'd be great. Yeah.
That's easily as good as
actually,
anything in the original trilogy. Anything.
It's pretty kick-ass, yeah.
Like that's even as cool as some of the stuff they did in the newer movies.
I'd like to know if it was made for Return of the Jedi and then it was a plan that got ditched, because I think Ralph McQuarrie's concept wasn't for this movie at all. It was for the original films, right?
Yeah, this looks like something like someone put a lot of work into this.
Yeah.
And I can't see it being for this movie.
Absolutely.
If I ever have kids, they'll go as Ewoks and I'll go as the Gorax.
They're pretty funny.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I'll make my annoying teenager go as that annoying kid.
They're pretty funny. It actually kind of reminds me of that race from Star Trek. It's got the wrinkles on the forehead.
Oh yeah, it does.
The sense of scale is done really well.
Yeah, they shot it with like a higher frame rate, so they slow it down. It looks bigger. So it's funny on those shots. You can always tell when a VFX shot's about to happen because you see all the edges and the weird color.
Yeah.
No, here goes the split screen.
Oh, this one's kind of green.
Yeah.
Oh.
So they were created for this, according to the Wikipedia page. But
for which?
The Gorax. Apparently, it says it was created for Caravan of Courage, but I'm trying to find information whether or not Ralph McQuarrie's concept was done for Ewok Adventures.
And my axe. This is always a good idea. Time. What could go wrong?
I love how like the logic of like the kid has to like ask them, look, my parents, they're up in the cage. How are we going to get them down? But then without a single word, they can all concoct this elaborate plan to catapult him up there without a single word between them.
I don't know if you knew this, but Ewoks, they actually have mind powers. They can read your mind.
Right, right.
They have telepathy.
Right, of course.
Perfect.
First try.
But now you're trapped up here too.
Yeah.
This furry bear just crawling at you from towards your cage.
Even the mom is like so melodramatic. Her acting.
Oh yeah, very underwhelming.
Oh my goodness, you're here.
Uh-oh.
It's not a headdress of courage. It's just the color that Gorax hate the most, and he's the bait.
That's a great theory.
Yeah, it's a courage headdress. Yeah, put this on.
There's a medieval mouse droid.
Man, I would not go anywhere near this thing. Like,
Yeah, it's probably a good call.
Yeah. Oh man.
Just steps on it.
Courage. And just to be sure.
You spent a long time making that wicker basket too.
Yeah.
it was very hard with my huge hands.
It's like threading a needle. It was awful. Uh-oh. Corax, be happy. He's a coming!
This thing is massive.
Yeah, it's
love it.
ginormous.
Axe thrower.
It could be great to see this thing just like suplex an AT-AT.
Yeah.
I feel like this is the equivalent of stepping on Legos in the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Twittering.
Uh-oh. We didn't think about this.
Oh yeah, the
You must
bridge.
have faith. Just walk forward.
Who's Ezerina?
I guess he named it.
I guess so.
That's where they got the idea for the Wisties.
Yep.
Oh no!
Oh, he's gonna die.
Oh no!
We got the same line.
I think I'm qualified to be a crappy preteen actor.
Yeah. Just like that was directly on sync.
This kid says "come on" so many times. Come on! You gotta
Yeah.
come on!
I mean-
come on!
So does Joe Biden.
He's like Jimmy Tutu. He keeps saying the same thing multiple times.
Right?
You're gonna need it.
You're never able to say it my axe again.
It's supposed to be such a sad moment. We're all sitting here with smiles on our faces.
That's
Right?
so bad.
Yeah.
And kill off this Ewok.
That scene would have been so much more powerful if the kid just didn't say anything. He was just sad.
Oh, yeah.
Just be sad. You don't need to be constantly talking.
Yeah.
Oh, this
I
is
feel
where
like
they
this
got
would be
the
like
idea to
tripping someone
trick
with
me.
dental floss.
Yep.
Yeah.
So close.
This guy has beautiful hair. This Gorax is,
It's
Long,
so graceful.
luxurious locks.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Keep him there. We'll stab him with a stalactite.
It doesn't work, woman.
So
The
now it
blaster
works.
looks pretty rough.
It's because the kid was shaking it.
That looked janky.
You're such a hero, son. I'm so proud of you, son. We thought we lost you. Nub nub. Yes, he's
I
dead.
killed him.
I killed him. I took his axe. He's dead. He's dead.
Yeah. Yep, he's dead.
This is mine now.
I have claimed it.
And in the end, his dumb axe throwing skills had no effect on whether he lived or
Uh-oh.
died. I am stronger than him.
He climbed all
There's
the
the
way up.
Ralph McQuarrie shot.
Use the
Yeah.
axe.
Fly, you fools!
Yeah.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Doink.
Nice.
Oh.
Rawr.
Do you think he'll come back like 3 more times from that whole?
Knowing this movie, he'll come back again.
You know,
for sure.
it would have been more surprising that he came back if they didn't do it twice already.
Yeah.
And every other problem.
Yub nub.
Yep, no.
They said it.
Yep,
Is that
no.
the first time they said it in this entire movie?
Yeah, is it the first yub nub?
I think it is, yeah.
I may have seen it once earlier, but I could be wrong.
There were whispers of the yub dub.
We're very, very proud of you. Let's get out of here.
No adventures on the way back, I guess.
Yeah, it wraps up pretty quickly.
It's funny how he's running all these problems on the way there, and then everything's
Yeah.
always uneventful on the way back.
Yeah. It's always about the journey going there, I guess.
There and back again, but mostly there.
There and back again. An Ewok tale. Written by Mace.
Mace would do.
Mace.
Serena.
He's so dopey sometimes.
Oh, dumb. Traditional.
Cue the music.
Oh, Yevnub?
Oh man.
Oh, look at him go!
Look at him
Dancing on
dance.
the tables. Look at the dad.
This is a
Enjoying his
party.
time. And some blueberries.
Ding, 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 ding.
Give her a ferret.
Don't hit on my wife.
Oh, that's Ewok's dad.
That's
or Wicked's dad. Yeah.
Wicked's dad.
Very,
Wicked's
very
dad,
lucky
yeah.
fathers. Wicked Senior.
Wicked Senior.
Oh, the witch doctor.
The
Oh, days. I forgot about this guy.
Mm-hmm. Second to the force,
Bruce Wayne.
of course.
Don't forget about
That's it, everybody. That's it. That's the show. That's this Caravan of Courage.
What a masterpiece. Wow.
I find it kind of funny that the kids are after the Ewoks
Yeah.
in casting and credit list.
Oh, I can't see the credit list. It's too small.
Oh yeah, I don't know how to get it bigger. Yeah, not on Disney Plus. It's got some hitches still. Anyway, so how'd you guys like that? I mean, we got 2 first-time viewers here.
That was quite the ride. It just didn't feel like I was watching a Star Wars movie. Like it was not. I wouldn't say it was a terrible movie. It was like just a normal cheesy 80s fantasy movie.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way.
That was forced into this
I agree with
Star
that.
Wars box.
Right.
It just had all the things that you'd expect, I think, from a movie called Caravan of Courage.
Yeah,
an Ewok story.
Can't remember the name of it, but it
distanced
didn't feel
itself so
all
much.
that different to the Tom Cruise one.
To what?
The Tom Cruise fantasy movie. Yeah, it's the movie where Tom Cruise plays an elf. It's his first movie. It was before he got his teeth fixed, too. Yeah, Tom Cruise is in a movie where he plays an elf and he falls in love with a human woman. And then they got
I never knew about that.
Yeah, and
Wow,
it's kind of got
crazy.
that 80s fantasy vibe to it.
This isn't Willow, is it?
No, it's not Willow. Tom Cruise is in it, Willow.
I don't know, man. I haven't seen Willow in forever.
I never.
I feel like that movie
That'd be really
like,
funny if Tom Cruise was in Willow.
I feel like this. I feel like being labeled Star Wars didn't really help the movie, and I feel like it could have. I feel like if they would have leaned further into the fact that this is Star Wars, I think specifically like having some more suggestions of the fact that this is in a Star Wars world. Like, I don't know, have like a crashed TIE fighter or like anything that could remind you of the other movies, as opposed to just generic fantasy elements. Like, it just had a lot of generic stuff, and there was nothing decidedly Star Wars about it besides the characters themselves.
Right. Yeah. It's almost as if there was no continuity in the story. They only used similar characters, and
even the characters they did use were very clearly like cheap Han and cheap Leia and cheap Luke and the girl.
I mean, it could just be the fact that
is that the very first?
Sorry.
Wait, go ahead, Kelvin.
I was gonna say, was that the first like child we've ever seen in Star Wars beside Anakin?
Yeah, well, and at this point,
you
when
just
the
never
movie
see
first,
babies in Star
no,
Wars movies.
yeah. At this point, when the movie first came out, like that was the first time I think there was a young kid as a featured character. Yeah. Up until Phantom Menace, of course, but
I just looked up quick, and the Tom Cruise movie, for anyone interested, is called Legend. It's from 1985. And surprising to me, it was directed by Ridley Scott.
What?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And
Interesting. Okay.
I don't remember it being very good, so.
If you were to compare it to Willow, which one is better?
I mean, I would pick Willow, but it's kind of biased.
Right.
I don't remember a lot about this movie, Legend. Like, it was on TV one time. I'm like, oh, a fantasy movie, and like put it on. I'm like, that's Tom Cruise.
Yeah, I guess, it's funny, like this whole movie, like it does feel very like fantasy, and like when we watch the next one next week, we'll
It's
be
so much
very
better.
much it is a lot better, but it also goes further into that fantasy route a little bit, because not only is there a character who is, it's like a minor spoiler, but there's a character who actually turned to be a bit of a working concept for what the Night Terrors would become. She's like the first kind of witch character that they'd ever had in Star Wars. And then there was also the pirates and stuff like that in that movie that Blake mentioned earlier.
It's funny because they kind of got recycled into the Mandalorian episode, where there's those the people living in the hovels, and they have the fisheries. They get the shrimp out of those little like ponds. And those kind of dog face looking aliens show up with the ATST that they repurposed. The pirates in the next movie are a lot like those raiders from the Mandalorian episode. To the point where I actually thought it was the same race they had repurposed. But I think they're slightly different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were pretty similar for sure. Like they looked and sounded, had the same kind of weapons and clothing, and all that stuff.
It was so similar.
Yeah, for sure.
In fact, I wish they just reused them, to be honest, and just said it was the same thing, because why not?
Yeah, why not, right? I mean, might as well pull from Legends in that matter, It's,
exactly. It's kind of a letdown, because Filoni is normally pretty good at that.
Right. Yeah, he's usually pretty good, but I don't know. Maybe they're like, now people don't need to know this.
Let's let history die.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, they made Life Day a thing, so I feel like anything's fair game.
Yeah, I guess so. There's actually a couple of Star Wars blog sites that they have been publishing over the last couple of years, whatever. There's been one from November 26, 2014, and one from November 25th, 2014. One of them is called 9 Things You Never Knew About the Ewok Adventure, and the other one is called Caravan of Courage, Celebrating 30 Years of an Ewok Adventure. So both of them really kind of get into a little bit about behind the scenes of this film, and the release, and the production, and what was involved with some of that stuff. And they actually do catch up. This was written around when The Force Awakens was a thing, right? Like it had already been
released,
announced, because I think it came out in 2015, right?
Sounds about right.
So,
it's around there.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's some interesting articles there. So if you do want to look them up, anyone listening, I'll link them in the description. But it's interesting, the fact that we've got these super random Star Wars movies. I mean, the holiday special is one thing, because not only everyone knows about it, but it's also got it's got the original cast, right? And then there's
and it introduced Boba Fett.
Right. Yeah, they had the animated feature that happened like midway through, right?
Yeah, it's funny because they did that. That was the first release of him, and then they released a toy based on that, and then like that was the beginning of Boba Fett. Yeah.
So there was a lot of fame to that particular thing, as terrible as it is. This is so much better, and yet nobody knows about it. And I've always found that very fascinating.
And you said it had a theatrical release.
Very limited run, yeah. And it might have only been like a regional thing. Like it could have been when they say theatrical, it could have just been like
San Francisco,
California. Yeah. A couple movie theaters across the states or something like that. Who knows?
The theater in George's house.
Yeah, totally. But I mean, that's I'm looking forward to seeing the next one's called the Battle for Endor, and it's a lot darker and gets pretty gritty.
Yeah, I'm finding that title inaccurate now, though, because it still takes place before Return of the Jedi, which is really the real battle for Endor.
And that was the Battle of Endor. This is the Battle for Endor.
The second Battle of Endor.
It's like the Clone Wars versus Clone Wars. There's a difference.
The Clone Wars, and then there's Clone Wars. Yeah. All right. Well, we got 10 minutes left here. What do you guys? Any last things that you want to bring up about the movie or anything like that?
Watching this reminded me how much better the next one is.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because when you had brought up watching this, I was like, "Yeah, those are decent. I'll watch those." I remember this one was kind of rough, and the next one was actually surprisingly enjoyable.
So you're looking forward to that one?
I am, yeah. It's like I've done the work, now I can enjoy the rest.
I can see Calvin and Bryce are intrigued now.
Yeah, I'm curious.
To be honest, I didn't mind watching this. It was kind of like if you don't expect it to be anything other than like I don't know, you just
a
have
TV special essentially. Yeah. If you're just expecting just to enjoy a weird 80s movie, then it's going to be fun to watch. I'm not going to be watching this over and over again, and but it was good.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It doesn't contribute a lot to Star Wars, though.
To the canon. Yeah. Well, I mean, there's certain things that come out of it, right? Like those Goraths or whatever. And
there were a lot of things to like.
Yeah, there's a few notable things in there for sure.
Honestly, I would say the biggest issue for me was just how many Earth creatures were in it. Other than that, I didn't think it was that bad.
Because that kind of really pulls you out of it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
If they just gotten rid of the ferret, instead of an actual owl, just had a prop owl.
Why do you hate ferrets?
Yeah, I know. What's wrong with ferrets? If they
I'm explaining the rest of the animals. If you let me finish, give the horses.
Let you finish.
Give the horses like a mask, some sort of
podcast
helmet.
over. Time's like,
just get rid of the ferret.
10 out of 10 if you just got rid of the ferret.
But because of that ferret, it's like a 4.
Damn it, I hate ferrets.
Actually,
I think for a Star Wars movie, you're right. But I think as a movie in of itself, I think if they just removed the main character Mace, he brought the whole movie down for me.
Yeah, that's true.
He had like 90% of the dialogue, and he was by far the weakest of the entire movie.
Very fun to make fun of, though. Like as far as a movie, just to watch with your friends and kind of just like hate on it a little bit, but still kind of enjoy it. It was good.
Yeah. It's a good laugh. Yeah. It's a good laugh for a Star Wars fan. It's a good laugh.
I wonder if he was cast or if he was like the producer's nephew or something.
That would be George, right?
Yeah, I don't think he's related. I don't think he's related.
He had to have been cast because he looks so much like Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
Which is such a weird decision. Star Wars was successful because of Mark Hamill's face, right? That's the reason why
people watch
like Star Wars.
Maybe they wanted. Well, that's the thing, right? Like even back then, when there was fandom was really not a thing. They were probably just like, oh, let's just choose someone who looks like him, and
people
then it might actually, it might get some hits, right? Like people will actually tune in because it was designed for TV. Like they didn't anticipate on the. Well, maybe they did. I don't know, but it was definitely designed for TV. It was pitched as a TV movie, right?
Okay.
So
something that we should talk about is the fantastic effects by Industrial Light and Magic.
Oh my goodness, that trailer, dude! Like, we got to watch the trailer. Yeah,
you should put in a link to the trailer where it shows that bit.
Dude,
and special effects by Industrial Light and Magic.
Dude, let's just play right now.
In a galaxy far, far away, a brother and sister search for their missing parents.
How are we going to find them? We will. Don't worry.
And fate leads them to the magical Ewoks.
We help you.
Now, a great adventure begins.
You hear that? Let's get out of here. Watch out! Behind you!
It's an action-packed motion picture featuring incredible special effects from the award-winning team of Industrial Light and Magic.
That's Mommy and Daddy.
Sometimes when you search for the impossible, an unbelievable adventure unfolds.
I wish we had furry creatures like you where I came from.
Don't miss The Ewok Adventure, now on video cassette from MGM UA Home Video.
It's one of the best bits, to be honest. The trailer.
Yeah, it really is. There's some good moments in that trailer for sure. So
Special optical effects.
Yeah, it's also funny, like if you just watch Return of the Jedi and like the craziness of like all the ship battles and everything and lightsaber duels, and then you watch this and it's like same studio. Like, was it the B team?
Like, Wispies? What?
Yeah, ILM must have really been scraping the bottom of the barrel on the staff for whoever needed to work on this one.
Yeah, I don't know if they downsized or not. I guess they must have, unless they're working on Indiana Jones or something.
Oh yeah, they kept busy on other things too. Between Empire and Return of the Jedi, they did Star Trek 2 and E.T. and Dark Crystal, and after Jedi, they did Star Trek 3 and so on and so forth.
The first movie, they got like an Oscar or something, didn't they? So
yeah.
Obviously, other studios will be trying to get them involved.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, it's an interesting one, and the next one's even better. So we'll go through that one in a week. And if anyone listening, if you guys have any feedback on what you thought of Ewok Adventures, Caravan of Courage, just send us an email or a tweet or something like that. We'd love to take a look through them if we get any responses before the next show, just to kind of see what the general opinion is about this. But what's the review on this movie?
The IMDb rating or the Rotten Tomatoes rating?
Yeah, the Rotten Tomatoes. It's so Google rates it at a 4.2 out of 5 stars. That's pretty good.
That's really high.
That's like almost too high. IMDb has a 5.5 out of 10.
That sounds more accurate.
Yeah, that's more accurate.
And then Rotten Tomatoes has a score of it's got an audience score of 44%, and the critics are at 21% Rotten Tomato. Like, the splat. So it's pretty bad. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. It hasn't aged the greatest, man.
It has not.
If they had just casted better, I think it would have been more successful.
I think the script was just doomed to begin.
Oh yeah,
from the beginning.
Like the main character doesn't.
Issue, right?
The main character doesn't really grow or change in any way. He's just like a whiny kid at the beginning, and he's just like a whiny kid that killed a spider at the end
and successfully saved his
didn't
parents.
even kill a spider. No, but I mean, like his character didn't change. Like he had a perfect relationship with his sister. He's like, "I'll be the mom and dad. I'll protect you." And then by the end, it was nothing different.
I am your mom and dad now.
You don't need them.
I think it's safe to say this whole movie is totally, even though it's based around the two kids trying to find their parents, like if the Ewoks weren't there, this movie wouldn't happen. Like it's called Ewok Adventures.
All about the Ewoks,
all about the Ewoks. Yeah,
it's like they're like, oh yeah, you know how people kind of like the Ewoks? Let's make a whole movie about that. It's like when they make
these creatures that can't
all these
speak.
minions, all the Minions movies. It's like, you know how people love the sidekicks? Let's make movies about those now.
And they didn't stop there. They had the animated show as well.
Same thing, yeah.
The Ewoks animated show. I don't know what it was with Ewoks.
Same thing happened with Madagascar, like the penguins. They're like, oh, everyone loves the penguins. Let's make a whole series about the penguins.
Right? Yeah.
I wonder.
And Shrek. It's like, let's make a Puss in Boots movie.
There's a Puss in Boots. Yeah, we just need the Gungans, Gungans adventure.
Yeah, we need a Gungan spinoff.
Actually, I would watch that. I'm wondering though, before we change it, you know how a lot of the kids who grew up with the original Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back, it's very common for them to very much dislike Ewoks.
It is.
I'm wondering if maybe this is why. Because it was just so like forced on them.
Maybe.
Because there's a lot of Ewok stuff that came out post Return of the Jedi.
Everyone wanted more Darth Vader and they just got Ewoks.
They just got Ewoks, yeah. Yeah, but what about Wicket? What about Chewie?
What about when Wicket killed the spider? We never knew that.
With a knife fight, that's right.
Like when they capture Leia and Han, they put them on those racks. Like you're looking at the eyes of a killer who's slaughtered a giant spider.
That's true.
Savages.
It gives a different
Tone.
Yeah, it gives a different tone to that scene when you've seen him like just brutally murder the spider. Like,
Just takes it on 101, his ninja skills, stab it right in the gut.
Yeah, isn't it like when you hear someone, it's like, yeah, it's one thing to like shoot someone, but like you really have to hate something to stab it, right? Like you have to be full of hate.
Right.
I don't know. Wicked is he's a dangerous man. He's a warrior.
Also, Peter Jackson ripped off this movie because he had Samwise stab Sheila in the exact same spot, in the exact same way. Knocked on his back, stabbed in the gut. He ripped it off.
Right. Yeah, they all got their.
I think
their
Tolkien.
gifts.
I think Tolkien came before this.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I don't
they
know if he
did,
described that exact angle. A camera shot.
I can't say I recall.
Yeah, there is a bit of a continuity problem when you start to think like, oh yeah, these Ewoks just like help these kids find their parents, and then
they're
in the next
randomly 7 feet tall.
Well, yeah, and then in the next movie, they're ready to cook up Han Solo on a bonfire. Yeah.
Maybe it's just because they're like, we know we don't want another adventure. We don't want another Caravan of Courage. We're just gonna kill you and take care of it.
We did it once.
We
That
don't
was
want
enough.
any more trouble. No more trouble from you.
We had too much trouble the first time.
They didn't want to deal with any more whiny kids.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that's it for today. Until next time.
Sounds good. Looking forward to it. It's going to be a step up.
Cool.
Thanks for having us.
All right, thanks guys for tuning in to the show. And as always, if you enjoyed this episode, please help us out by dropping a 5-star review, make them good, and leave a few words if you can under a review through Podchaser or the iTunes podcast area in your phone or whatever it is. And even at best, a great way to help us out is always just to share the show with a friend. Just give us your recommendation to the people that you know, other Star Wars fans. You know, it's always great to spread the show around and reach new people, get out there a little more, and it helps the algorithms with people discovering the show and everything like that. So even though it's a non-profit show and we don't really make any money from this at all, in fact we make no money from this at all, it's just motivation to see people tuning in and enjoying kind of what we're making and collaborating every week over something that we're all passionate about, which is Star Wars. And whether that's watching something we like or dislike or whatever it is, it's always fun to sit down and have a good laugh. So I hope you guys had a good laugh with us while we watched today's feature, being the Caravan of Courage. And of course, stay tuned to Star Wars Escape Pod for the next episode, which will also be a commentary track featuring the Ewok Adventures Battle for Endor. That's the second part in the series, and we'll be chatting about that one a little more when that comes around the block. It's obviously a lot better, is what we were saying earlier. So stay tuned for that. And if you haven't tuned in to our Star Wars May the 4th special episode this year, check it out. It's a good one. Catch you guys later. May the Force be with you.